Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go over my brand new pickup, this Red Komodo. So I know it's kind of crazy. I just purchased a camera recently. I got the Blackmagic 6K full frame, and now I'm getting the Red Komodo. You might think, what is this guy doing? So after I got the Blackmagic 6K full frame, I kind of went down the cinema camera rabbit hole. Like I mentioned before, I had the FS7. So I'm enjoying cinema cameras, and I think it kind of steps up your game, especially when you can shoot in RAW, and it's just like so much easier to do all that. So that's why I like this camera, and I just kind of got it because I couldn't pass up the deal. So the Red Komodo goes for around $6,000 brand new. They're between $4,000 and $4,500 used, and I only paid $2,000 for this thing. So obviously, you guys probably expect there's something wrong with this camera. So what is wrong with it is the power board kind of has an issue, so it doesn't read the battery level. Other than that, everything works. It records audio, it does everything. It's just if you plug in even a original Canon BP battery, the camera doesn't know the level, and it tells you this isn't an authorized battery to use with a Red camera. So for me, I don't think that's a big deal. To get this half price from what they go for used, I think that's a steal, and I couldn't pass this up. So obviously, with all these cameras I have now, the ZV-E1, the A7 IV, which is mostly what I use for photography, but obviously it still does pretty good video. And I have the Blackmagic 6K full frame, and now I have the Red Komodo. I kind of I kind of gotta figure out my workflow and how I'm gonna do things. But in today's video, I'm gonna just kind of tell you guys why I bought this camera, and we're gonna rig it out. So the Red Komodo, obviously from the box, is just a cube. I think it's a 4x4 cube, so you have to get some accessories for this thing, because you kind of can't just hold it like this. So even this is the red side handle I purchased. This was the one of the first things I bought, and I think it's an awesome handle. And yeah, obviously, first thing on here, I didn't feel like taking it off to show you guys. So it has pretty good grip. It has a bunch of mounting points, so you can mount some other things to it. You can put, like a cold shoe or any other handles, audio modules, whatever you want to put on there. So I think this is a great accessory. You can also run two of these, it makes it a very small portable setup. So another thing I purchased that was very important when I got this out of the box. I just wanted to make sure it works. So the first lens I purchased for this is an RF 50 millimeter, just to kind of see if it works. Obviously the nifty 50. That lens isn't great. Obviously the RF mounts. This is what the Komodo comes with. I just wanted to make sure this thing works, so I got the cheapest RF glass I could for this camera just to make sure it works. So next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to adapt EF glass, because EF glass, there's just way more of it. And obviously there's cinema EF glass. There's just EF has been out for so long. It's just easier to find EF glass compared to RF. RF is very expensive. Only Canon makes RF now. I know some other companies are going to start making RF, but RF is just very expensive. And I think EF is the way to go if you get this camera. So I purchased the 24-70 Sigma lens. It's a Sigma art lens, and it comes with built-in lens stabilization in here. So the Komodo doesn't have built-in in-body stabilizations into the camera. So I got the 24-70 with IBIS built into it. So, or just image stabilization, IS, not IBIS. Another thing I purchased, I didn't get just the standard EF to RF adapter, just like the simple Canon one that you can get for $100. I got the Canon 0.71 focal reducer. So what this does, gives you an extra stop of light, and it gives you the same field of view as a full frame camera. It actually gives you a little bit more because this isn't a standard APS-C sensor. It's a little bit bigger. So when you put this focal reducer, it kind of, the field of view is a little bit bigger. So with some lenses, you might get some vignetting there. So 24-70, obviously super versatile, amazing for video, and it has IS You can't go wrong with that. So let's put this thing on here. Yeah, obviously this thing is a lot heavier now, but it's still pretty portable for a cinema camera. This thing shoots Red Code RAW, 16-bit video, 16-bit colors, just amazing. Obviously, in such a small package, it's so versatile, and you can rig this up however you would like. So obviously, that's what we're doing right now. So we got the lens on, we got the focal reducer on. I know this is pretty controversial, but this is the red outrigger handle. It's obviously a $500 handle with a record button, but honestly, it feels awesome. You guys can get this used for half price, and I think for half the price, if you can get it for like $200, it's an awesome handle. The grip is very good on here, and you have a record button. So this is the next accessory I picked up for this. So let's put this thing on. And yeah, if you guys see, there's contact points on top of the Komodo, and the red outrigger handle has this remote trigger and these points that connect to these, and this is how the record button works. And yeah, having an extra record button so you don't have to press the screen, I think that's great. Makes it easier, because where's the other record button? Because the other record button is over here. So actually, this is the only record button. If you want to press record, you can also press on the screen. But I think this is much easier. You're holding this handle, and you have this button over here. It's very hard to press, so you're not going to press it accidentally or anything like that. Where's the other screw? Yeah, I also wanted to go with actual EF glass because I like the autofocus in this camera. The Blackmagic 6K full frame I have only has single point autofocus, so you can't really use it to like have continuous autofocus during interviews or anything like this. And I think this camera is awesome for like an interview, or obviously I shoot a lot of weddings. I can set this up on a tripod, and this doesn't have perfect autofocus, but if I focus, if there's like speeches during the wedding or something, if I focus on those people, it's going to stay in focus on them. If they take a step back or step forward, it's not going to just be autofocus. And if I'm not manning the camera, because I'm mostly a photographer, I take some clips here and there just to provide a highlight video to couples that don't book a videographer. So I think this camera is going to fit my workflow and work style perfectly. So yeah, with these two handles right now, this thing feels awesome. It's obviously kind of heavy because this lens is pretty big with the adapter, but it still feels amazing. So let's take a look what else I got here. So I don't have a display for this, and I was thinking about getting the Portkeys display, so it has the Red Control built into it. But you have to follow the SDI protocol. Obviously, if you're turning off the camera and plugging the SDI monitor, there's a whole protocol that you have to put power to the devices first. The camera has to have power, and the screen has to have power, and then you plug it into it. I kind of don't want to deal with that. And if you use your phone as the screen, you get face tracking autofocus. So the iPhone obviously has an amazing display in it, so I just been using my iPhone as a display for this. So to accomplish this, I picked up this small rig metal phone mount. It's very quality, very sturdy, and I really like this phone mount. So what else I got is this small rig cold shoe. So I put this small rig cold shoe right on the red outrigger handle. And now I can take this metal phone mount and I can just mount it on here. And it's an awesome setup. It works great. The picture is amazing. Honestly, if you don't need something bigger than a phone, use your phone as a screen for this. Obviously, if you need a bigger screen, you can get the small HD red screen, or if you're on a budget, get the Portkey screen. But I think a phone, when you just get this kit, is just enough. So what else we got? So I also got this extended cold shoe mount for this camera, and I'll show you guys why in just 1 second. So I'm gonna mount it to this red side handle. So there's actually two purposes for this extended cold shoe for this camera. So this is basically for my audio solution. So either I put a microphone here, and obviously I just hook it up on the side. I don't want the microphone here because when I put the phone right here, it doesn't fit with the microphone. So I got this extended cold shoe from Small Rig, and so either I put a microphone here, I can put like a Rode microphone on here, and the audio connection is right on the side, or I'm used to XLR audio with obviously my ZV-E1. I have the Sony XLR module for it. Even the Blackmagic 6K full frame has many XLRs on there, so I really like XLR. Obviously, I record into this XLR microphone. So I picked up this Saramonic preamp that has XLRs. So obviously, I know there's XLR module that you can get for the Red, but it is not power. It doesn't provide phantom power. So that's why I picked up the Saramonic XLR preamp module, and I put it right here. And honestly, this solves my audio issues. So fits perfectly over here. I can adjust the audio levels over here. Take the audio cable, plug it into the microphone, and it's just an awesome setup. So I can plug in XLR microphones right here. I can plug in just other sources of audio, and I can just kind of split this audio. So the Red already has 4-channel audio. So with this, I can just split the audio, and I can just have, like a fail-safe track that I'm recording lower and higher. And it's just going to, save all my audio solutions. And look, it's still a portable setup. So if you guys are on the fence about the Red Komodo because of not having XLR audio or just having a mic jack, honestly, the Red Komodo isn't perfect with audio, but having the multiple audio sources inside of Red Komodo that you can just, even with scratch audio, you can just adjust the levels to kind of save yourself. I think the Red Komodo has decent audio solutions, obviously if you do a workaround or something. So I highly recommend this thing. Provides phantom power. That's the key. Because if it doesn't provide phantom power, you have to find XLR microphones that take batteries, and it's just like a whole hassle. From there, I have another cold shoe. I just mount it right here. And it's just like, if I want to mount anything else here, I have 2 cold shoe mounts. Whatever, obviously. I don't even have a purpose for this one yet, but why not? Having extra cold shoes, it comes in useful. And I've been using these Canon BP955 batteries. They are very small. To make this like run and gun setup decent. So here is my Red Komodo build, and very portable still. Obviously, I got some Red accessories, but I didn't have to spend, you know, $500 on a Porky screen or getting the small HD screen, which is way more. So I'm gonna make more content with this Komodo. I really love it. It's awesome. I'm finally in a Red ecosystem, and it's just, you know, obviously it makes me excited to shoot. This is the message I told you guys about. So it just tells me unapproved battery, and from there it just works. So yeah, this camera just makes me excited to shoot. It has autofocus. It has a Red Code RAW. I edit in Final Cut Pro. I can just edit the footage directly in there. I don't have to use DaVinci. I don't have to export or anything. So I think this camera is just way better for my workflow than the Blackmagic one was. I'm probably still gonna keep that camera. Maybe I'll you know, shoot some stuff with it, whatever. But yeah, thanks for checking out this video, and let me know what content do you guys want to see with this Red Komodo. On the next wedding I shoot, I'll show you guys some of the footage I capture with this, and I'll let you guys know how my experience was being a solo shooter with the Red Komodo, but also being mainly a photographer. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for checking out my channel, and make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, see you guys on the next one.